Hello, everybody. I'm Jaret Reddick. And this is a podcast. Jaret Goes to the Movies. Hopefully you have seen or heard one of my many musical endeavors. And if you have, then you know how much I love movies. This is movie commentary with no movie knowledge. This podcast is me and my friend Rich talking about movies that we like. But my name's on it because I'm famous. This is Jaret Goes to the Movies. Still. Okay, we're starting now. Revving up your engine, listen to her howl and roll. Metal under tension, begging you to touch and go. Highway to the danger zone. Riding into the danger zone. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Jaret Goes to the Movies. Here we are. We did it. We've made it. Another week. It's me, Jaret. With me, as always, is Rich. Hello, Rich.
Hi, Jaret.
And, of course, Casey is back with us. Once again, she did not watch the movie.
Hello.
Excited to do Top Gun this week. Casey, turn the volume off your phone, if you don't mind. Or is that
That
Rich?
was Richard.
I'm going to put a sign up that just says, Rich, turn the volume off all your shit when you walk into the studio. Before we get rolling today, I want to say a huge thank you to our new supporters on patreon.com. You can get there by going to jaretgoestothemovies.com and clicking on support us, or just go to patreon.com and search Jaret Goes to the Movies. Lots of fun stuff on there for everybody that contributes. We had a Google Hangout a couple of weeks ago. It was a lot of fun.
Had a lot of fun.
And, that's funny, those Google Hangouts. You just hear about them, and then people always go, that was a lot of fun. And you don't really actually think that it was a lot of fun until you do one.
Who would you hang out with if they were doing a hangout right now?
Well, that's just it. I don't know. But it works out if everybody's in different parts of the world. We even have people chiming in from the UK, and it was good fun. Top Gun. As students at the United States Navy's Elite Fire Weapons School compete to be the best in class, one daring young pilot learns a few things from a civilian instructor that are not taught in the classroom. That's an incredibly interesting synopsis. I don't feel like that says anything about the movie at all. That's totally not what
I just ignored.
What the hell did he even learn from her, by the way? Anything, really?
No.
No.
Just that her data was wrong.
Right. That's it. Yeah, he taught her something.
Right.
The director was Tony Scott, and this film stars Tom Cruise, Kelly McGillis, Val Kilmer, Anthony Edwards, Meg Ryan, Tom Skerritt, Michael Ironside, and Tim Robbins. Tim Robbins?
Yeah, Merlin.
Tim Robbins was Merlin.
Yeah.
Didn't put that together.
Did you know Samuel L. Jackson was Stax in Goodfellas?
I did know that. And it was so cool to see him in this one too. Right. I was so freaked out. And what was crazy is we were watching this, and I'm hearing, I see Samuel L. Jackson, and there he is on The Incredibles upstairs, and Everett's watching that. The guy's everywhere. Samuel L. Jackson is not in Top Gun, ladies and gentlemen.
That's true.
Big week for me, and the thing is, this is one of the ones where I'm going to just be completely honest. I really sort of dreaded watching this
Really?
one. I don't know why. I remember it being great when I was a kid.
It's just fun to watch.
I get that, but I just don't think it's anything that I've watched at all recently. And I definitely remember all the one-liners, and I definitely remember certain things. But as we go through this, I think you'll probably understand why. I don't think I really ever understood the movie as a kid, and now it all makes sense.
Jerry Bruckheimer wanted Star Wars
on the Earth. That makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
Absolutely. Well, it was my birthday this weekend. Had a lot of family. My best friend Linus flew in. We had a big party here at the house. My mom was here, and all of my family, and Rich. And it was a barn burner.
I was here.
It was a great thing. And so I woke up on Sunday and I was fucking sick again. And though I really hadn't bounced back since February 16th from coming home from the United Kingdom with what we were all calling the English flu, I really hadn't been 100%. And then, man, by the end of Sunday, I couldn't even talk. And so then I wake up Monday and I see your Facebooking about me, being like, he's obviously still hungover or whatever it was you said, because he's been dark for 2 days. I'm like,
you were dark for 2 days.
I know everybody's a bit tired of me complaining about being sick, but I really am. I went to the doctor and everything, and but anyway, what I want to say is, today I felt like I had a real job, because I didn't cancel, because I didn't call in sick, because I'm out of sick days, I guess, with you.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm here, and I'm doing it with strep throat.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Which is more than I've done to Casey with strep throat.
That's true.
I loved it, man. I will tell you, watching it actually was a very big treat.
Right.
I forgot.
It's candy.
It's so humorous, though, throughout. And it's that whole... It's the thing that I like so much when two friends star in a movie who just have that 1-2 back and forth. We go back to like, Weird Science with Robert Downey Jr. and his friend or whatever, who like could know what each other are going to say before they say it. And they're actually, so Goose and Maverick are like this in every single situation. I mean, even in the uncomfortable situations of getting yelled at, they walk out and he goes, "Thanks, Maverick. That was really great," or whatever.
It's a cool little buddy movie, but do you agree that this movie he was terrible in, but the movie was still great?
Oh, no, I don't actually think he's terrible in
really?
stuff. No, I
thought
just
he was
don't
terrible.
like the guy.
I don't like him either.
There's just not, and I hate it. My thing is that I don't think he sucks. I mean, in fact, Risky Business was an awesome movie, and again, I like this. And
I just think he's an over actor. He is so intense in every scene.
Right.
And I think he's just that way. That's just Tom Cruise. He's intense in everything. Like stories I hear off camera, he's just an intense guy like that constantly.
Yeah, the whole, that's right, I am crazy or whatever.
I was going to bring up that exact scene. It was like, that's right, I am dangerous.
Yeah, I am dangerous. I agree. That's a little over the top.
Yeah.
But I do feel like he sells it, and he does. And so I do want to give you, I guess, props for this one. First Tom Cruise movie, I've noticed the front tooth thing centered
when they were getting yelled at for the flyby, I think it was, and he's standing there with his lip just kind of barely open, and you just see obvious. One tooth.
It's almost like his orthodontist played a mean joke.
Something.
Because there was something going on with him and his parents or something, but... Isn't
that like the first thing obvious. A casting director would notice is like, you're a good actor, you look great, but your teeth are messed up. Go fix them, come back, and we'll cast you in XYZ.
I think I'd have to sort of go back to Taps and a few of his earlier movies, like even
When
The Outsiders,
didn't matter.
and see where his teeth kind of fucked up back then, and this is just the best they could do, maybe. Like on a B actor's budget. Then of course he fucking
with
scores
80s orthodontist.
And technology, sure.
Science,
there were no lasers at that point. You couldn't.
They didn't have Invisalign.
There wasn't even a thing. It wasn't even a glimmer in Invisalign Kennedy's eye.
Right.
At that point.
But it's fucked up. Get it fixed. One
of the things that struck me was that Tom Cruise's first line in the whole movie is, again, as we talked about in Goodfellas, why am I funny? Just probably one of the most quoted lines in the history of film. The very first thing out of Tom Cruise's mouth is,
"Talk to me, Goose."
Roger, I got him. Contact 20 left at 30 miles, 900 knots closure.
Cougar, you hear that?
Roger. Marlon, you got him?
Roger, I've got radar contact.
I'll get a visual ID, Cougar. You hook him. Roger, and I'll clean him and fry him.
You always talk about, I say this all the time. I think everyone says, "Talk to me, Goose."
Everybody. Yeah.
Everybody.
So everybody has said or says. It's the same as in Ace Ventura. Alrighty then.
Right.
Very few people have not said alrighty then or talk to me, Goose.
Yeah.
Very, very true.
Definitely. Negative Ghost Rider, is that something you ever say?
No, but I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's one I hear a lot more than talk to me, Goose, for sure.
Yeah, I do Negative Ghost Rider all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. And is that from here? I mean, that's from...
When they buzz the tower, and they're like, "Can we do a flyby?" And he's like, "Negative Ghost Rider."
Right.
Ghost Rider is the squadron or the...
Yeah.
Oh, shit, there's two of them. Woo, big 28, no one's been this close before.
What the hell are they doing here? What's the position?
250 miles out, sir.
250 miles? Get them out of here.
You've got Big 1. I'm going after Big 2.
All the dogfighting stuff was pretty badass.
I thought just the camera work and the way that they shot this, even today, what was this? This is a lot of years ago.
Yeah,
86, right? 84, 85, 86? Whatever. This is mid-80s.
Right.
I mean, this still looks incredible to me. It looks real. And I think probably because
Guess what?
It is.
It's real.
I mean, just the way
they rented out planes from the Air Force, or from the Navy. They even were able to fire 2 missiles and record that.
Nice.
And then they just reused them a bunch of times.
Yeah, you could tell a lot of the plane stuff was reused multiple times.
It still was great.
No, definitely. Fantastic. In fact, again, I think more realistic than things that I've seen lately where they try to make them do things that it's not physically possible for them to do. Mm-hmm. This, literally, as you're watching them sort of fall and do this, you're like, that is exactly what it would look like, and that is what happened. And having been up close to and seen these planes fly as many, and we'll get into all of my experiences with F-14s, F-15s, F-16s, the aircraft carrier, all this stuff. I have stories about it all. We'll wait till we get a little bit more into things. But, this looked really real to me.
Goose, there they are, right below us.
The MiG's in perfect firing position. He's right on Cougar's tail.
No way, Goose. He'd have fired by now. He's just trying to piss us off.
Maverick, get down here and get this asshole off me.
Easy, Cougar. Bring it back hard right. Help me engage. I'm on my way.
Yeah, I did not realize that Tim Robbins was even in this. And that the guy that plays, so who's piloting that plane right there that is trying to get him down there?
Nobody. That's
no,
famous.
he was like an actor. He was
he's an actor, but not.
But he was in some items and some things and some stuff.
He was in some items and some things and some stuff, but it wasn't anything that we know.
We don't care.
No.
That's what you're saying.
No, it wasn't Tim Robbins' stature of acting.
Tim Robbins was sitting behind him. That guy was probably sitting on his penis.
No. Was Tim Robbins sitting behind him?
He's Merlin.
Oh yeah, because Merlin comes back at the end. That's
it ties it all back together.
So before we get into one of the most famous scenes in the movie, there's two MiGs, and that's why they come to the rescue, because there's two MiGs now.
Right.
They lock tone on the second MiG, and then beep, and it's like, oh, he's bugging out. How do they know he's bugging out? How is there some sort of way you turn your plane differently to bug out as opposed to just turning and then trying to get behind?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that's a pretty good question. I think there's probably
like I'd pretend like I'm bugging out and then go up in a cloud and come down and shoot him in the face.
There's probably a way that an airplane flies away in a battle like that would be equivalent to you in a gunfight running away with shit coming out of the bottom of your pants. You know what I mean? Like, it's got to be some sort of telltale sign.
I think this is what we'd refer to as a trope.
Okay.
Where, oh, they're bugging out, and that's just a way for the screenwriter to go, okay, they're out of the scene. Everyone stop thinking about the second MiG. We're only worried about this one. But
it happens multiple times. It happens at the end in that battle too. And what I wonder is,
they're like, oh, they're bugging out. How do you know?
Why don't you just chase them? Because at the end they shot one of us down.
Exactly.
Let's go
shoot them
down. I mean, I guess at the end it makes a little bit more sense because his job is to be there to save Iceman.
And at the end, why did they bug out?
Right.
They shot all their missiles. They don't have any more missiles.
Right.
They said it.
Exactly.
We only have one more missile. We just used it. Now they're bugging out.
Yeah, who knows?
Why would you leave?
I don't know. There's a lot of bugging out going on.
Cougar, you should be in sickbay. What's on your mind?
My wife and kids, sir. I almost orphaned them today. I've never even seen them. I don't know what happened up there, but I was so scared.
Come on, we've seen this before.
No, sir. I'm holding on too tight. I lost the edge.
I've lost the edge.
I've lost my
I'm
edge.
holding on too tight. Oh my god, that was horrible. That was really bad.
Do you think bad acting?
Yeah, just the bad writing. And how are you going to deliver that? I've lost the edge. I've been holding on too tight.
His name was John Stockwell.
What? Remember all those things he was in? Remember without looking?
He was in. Well, he was in Losing It. Also with.
I need more than that.
Also with Tom Cruise.
Must have been a long time ago.
He also worked as a model, I guess.
Oh, that's where I don't remember him from.
You don't remember that. Okay. Man, that may be all I have. He was in Christine.
The Car?
Yeah, the car movie.
Okay. Pivotal role?
Fairly.
Was he playing Christine?
He was not, no, because that was a car.
Right.
And
that's the only role I remember in Christine.
You know what? He has not had a lot of things that I think we would remember him from.
Weird.
So, sure, I'm sorry I brought him up. But we can move on now if you'd like.
You're a hell of an instinctive pilot. Maybe too good. I'd like to bust your butt, but I can't. I got another problem here. I gotta send somebody from this squadron to Miramar. I gotta do something here. I still can't believe it. I gotta give you your dream shot. I'm gonna send you up against the best. You two characters are going to Top Gun.
There's nobody else? They hate these two so much. There's no one else they can
he's
send.
He's got to pick the best. Now, we love this actor. This is the guy who's the principal.
Mr. Strickland, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and also, again...
Back to the Future.
Yeah. Bunch of different stuff. And I like though where he's like, you've already been in trouble for 5 close passes of 5 towers and an admiral's daughter. And then he just looks at her like, Penny Benjamin? Yeah, that was the one.
Is that the one that Meg Ryan brings up later?
Yeah, it comes up
yeah.
later. So that's a big tie-in. But yeah, apparently they're the freaking best, dude. He's got to send them the best.
But they fucking hate these guys.
They do, but they also know what's up. You know, I mean, I think there's something about a loose cannon in so many areas in the world where...
I think that's a tropey thing, because I think in real life, loose cannons really don't excel.
So you don't think they got a trophy for this? Being the best?
Am I not allowed to say trophy?
No, I like trophy.
Okay.
I think it's good. You know, this day and age, no matter what sport you're in, no matter what place you get
a trophy.
You get a trophy.
During Korea, the Navy kill ratio was 12 to 1. We shot down 12 of their jets for every one of ours. During Vietnam, that ratio fell to 3 to 1. Our pilots become dependent upon missiles. They've lost some of their dogfighting skills. Now, Top Gun was created to teach ACM, air combat maneuvering. Dogfighting.
This gives me a hard-on.
By the end of Vietnam, that ratio was back up to 12 to 1.
Don't tease me.
Lines, please. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce you to our commanding officer at Top Gun. The very first man to win the Top Gun trophy. You will not find a finer fighter pilot anywhere in the world. Commander Mike Metcalf. Call sign Viper.
I love Tom Skerritt.
Dude, he's badass.
What is it about him? He's
just a badass.
But he plays the same character in every movie.
Yeah, I mean...
And he's awesome.
Yeah.
Just
but so is
love
Michael
that dude.
Ironside, who was just talking.
Now,
and he's badass, too.
Here's one of the things. I was going to wait till later on, but I feel like I just have to bring it up now because of basically what you even said. Have you noticed that there is no direct conflict in this entire movie? Ever.
What do you mean direct conflict?
In other words, there's no conflict between characters. Ever. In fact, so when they're going to get yelled at for whatever happens, somebody else goes to yell at them, but they get a stern talking to. It's like this. It's like the scene before this one where the guy's just like, I've got to send you there. You're the best. You screw this up, you're going to end up flying plastic dog crap out of China or whatever.
Right.
But still, they don't feel like they're in any trouble. Nobody ever gets in any trouble.
Right.
No one ever, there's no conflict. I mean, as we get into Iceman, as we get into to his character, Val Kilmer, you'll remember thinking about Val Kilmer as being this evil, bad, villainous guy who's just out to get Tom Cruise. He's never not right. Everything he says is like, no, you just need to be safe.
Iceman absolutely is the better pilot.
Yeah.
If I needed a wingman, it would absolutely be Iceman.
Yeah, he plays by the rules.
It would not be Tom Cruise ever.
Even when he and Kelly McGillis break up, so what I'm saying is like, well, let's point this out as some of these iconic scenes come up of what we remember as being confliction based and whatever, that even their breakup was like, I would have come and said goodbye. Well, if I need any help, I would have asked for it. Okay, well, I'll see you later. And she walks out the airport. That's the end of their breakup.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
But anyway, I thought it was interesting as we get into...
No, this movie is not good because of the person-to-person dialogue, ever.
Right, it's good because of other things.
Yeah.
Obviously, the sound and the film.
I can't even stand the Kelly McGinnis, Tom Cruise romance stuff.
Right.
Like, I get so bored to tears during those parts. It just is like, let's go. Let's get to basically the dogfighting.
So I had an older brother, and when this movie came out, we went and saw it or whatever, but when it came out on VHS, this was the movie that they would put on if you went in to buy like a good stereo for your house that was going to be hooked up to a VCR.
Right. And the music.
The music or whatever.
Is fucking badass.
But everything you'll notice, just the sound and all of that was the big sell. So like when my brother would show off his stereo equipment, hey, come on in and I'm going to show you Top Gun. And so, man, I saw Top Gun a bunch of times in a few years, and maybe that's why I didn't really want to go back and see it again today. But I'm glad I did.
I mean, I'm going to dog the shit out of this movie. I still think it's awesome.
Yeah.
But it's like bad awesome.
Yeah, there's some cheesiness to it. But again, I like the buddy comedy aspect of it. I like the fact that, that it is shot so well. And again, I think it's a cool story. It's not a story that is untold. I mean, the story of the guy who's participating in something and then quits, but everybody hated him, but they didn't want him to quit. They wish he'd come back, and he comes back at the last minute and gets his reward, and then he's got to go save the day. That's fucking many movies.
There were several copycats of this movie too, like the Iron Eagle and all that kind of stuff.
Right, which I was going to bring up. And were you an Iron Eagle fan at all?
I watched the first one. I thought it was cool.
Loved Iron Eagle.
Jason Gittrick or whatever.
Don't remember him.
Yeah, the kid. Yeah,
but just remember
Louis Gossett Jr.
He had a Walkman, and he would carry it with him.
Did you know Louis Gossett Jr. in those movies was played by Samuel L. Jackson?
I did. Yeah, Officer and a Gentleman, and he got nominated for that. But the Louis Gossett Jr. character won, I believe.
Hey, Slider. Thought you wanted to be a pilot, man. What happened?
Goose, you're such a dickhead. Whose butt did you kiss to get in here, huh?
Well, the list is long but distinguished.
Yeah, well, so's my Johnson.
So you're flying with Iceman, huh?
It's Mr. Iceman to you.
Hey, Mother Goose, how's it going? Doing good, Tom. This is Pete Mitchell, Tom Kazansky.
Congratulations on Top Gun.
Thank you.
Sorry to hear about Cougar. He and I were like brothers in flight school. He was a good man.
Still is a good man.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Can they jam more dialogue into...
As they're walking away, he goes, they were abused children. So good.
But this was terrible dialogue. Da-na-na, 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 da-na-na,
I felt like there was a lot of that going on. I mean, even like let's revisit even the scene where they're getting in trouble the first time in this one, where he's just like, "And you've done this, and you've done this, and I can't believe I have to do this. You're gonna compete with the best." Hey, it's like you played terribly, but you fucking won. Yeah, it's that sort of thing is rampant throughout for
this
sure.
This is not a movie to teach your kids a lesson.
Let's talk about the reach of Anthony Edwards. All right, let's just talk. Yeah, the reach, the amazing reach.
He's tall.
I first saw him in a film called Gotcha.
Oh, I love that fucking movie.
And then Revenge of the Nerds, where he played Gilbert, the other nerd.
Gotcha was the first time I heard "We Don't Need No Stinking Badges."
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was the movie. I was like, "Oh my god, that's an incredible line!" And then I found out it was an old line. It was like,
that's from
I don't remember.
That's from Blazing Saddles.
Is it? No.
Yeah, we don't need no stinking badges.
Is that okay? They didn't get it from something else?
I don't know.
I thought it was
that's
from
where I got
old
it from.
Movie or something.
That's where I got it from. And then Revenge of the Nerds, and then of course Dr. Green on ER.
Right, of course.
Man, he ran the gamut.
Along with two other people from this movie, Michael Ironside and somebody else was on it.
No shit.
Yeah.
Who would have known?
Anyone that looked at the IMDb trivia.
Yeah, I didn't get to that part of my prep.
You never close your eyes anymore when I kiss your lips. There's no tenderness like before in your fingertips. You're trying hard not to show it, baby. But baby, believe me, I know that you've lost that love and feeling. Oh, that love and feeling. You've lost that love and feeling. Now it's gone, gone, gone. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Sit down. Thank you. Baby, I'll get down on my knees for you.
I love that song.
The black guy.
Yeah, the black guy tries to take over. He's even still nowhere. He's even still looking at her. He's got the mic.
He's all
nobody's
like,
paying
I'm about
attention.
to turn it on.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
And then everyone just leaves.
Here we
and
go.
He's like, oh, okay, I guess we're done.
Yeah. Oh, that's
all right.
the end of
that.
that.
Was the funniest fucking thing in
particular
the movie.
thing. Well, and
that
how
right there.
uncomfortable she looked while it was going on was actually either incredible acting or very real.
Did that give you anxiety?
No, it didn't give me anxiety. I will say that there's
Did it make you cringe?
a few things about
Jesus
this performance. It's obvious auto-tune hadn't been invented yet.
No.
And they took a lot of liberties on pitch and time.
Timing, they just skipped beats. Entire beats.
No, just did
Which
not
is fine.
even
Acapella.
Got to speed it up a smidge.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that. But the pitch was fucking terrible.
All over the place. All over the place. But, that was one of those things where...
But what if they had someone stand in to sing? I think that would have been worse.
Yeah, I agree.
But they could have maybe took several takes and then took pieces of the best take.
But maybe that's what made it genuine, was that he actually couldn't sing.
Okay.
Question mark? Then.
Is there something wrong?
Yes, ma'am. The data on the MiG is inaccurate.
How's that, Lieutenant?
Well, I just happened to see a MiG-28 We happened to see a MiG-28 do a 4G negative dive.
Where did you see this?
That's classified.
It's what?
It's classified. I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you.
Lieutenant, I have top secret clearance. The Pentagon sees to it that I know more than you.
Oh, ma'am, it doesn't seem so in this case now, does it?
So one of the things that you get from this, obviously, it's awesome that and you kind of see it coming. He's hitting on this woman that's, obviously doesn't belong in the bar she's in or whatever. And then here she comes walking down and
that was a cool, it's tropey, but her whole job is to know things about the enemy so that she could then teach the pilots how to circumvent their tactics and their aircraft and all that kind of stuff, right? So It's her job.
Right.
The very second that the first time a fighter pilot flies next to a MiG-28.
Yeah.
Because they said that.
Right.
This is the closest anyone's ever been to a MiG-28, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention flying inverted and getting a Polaroid of that.
Right.
Someone would have been debriefed.
Right. What's going on here?
Instantly.
Are you tearing this apart?
So instantly, these people whose job it is to know about these facts
don't know
would have been interviewing these fighter pilots the next day.
Right. And none of this would have been classified to her because she's obviously the one
she
that's
probably would have
collecting
been the
all
one,
information.
right, exactly, or her team or whoever, right, would have been all over that shit. And so, as an adult, this is what happens in my head.
And
As
also,
a kid, I thought this was fucking insanely awesome.
And also, why is the information not classified, but the where is classified? So he just can't tell her where.
I think he was just fucking with her.
Yeah.
I don't think it was classified at all.
Right.
I think he was just fucking with her.
Either
because
way.
she said no to him the night before.
Yeah, this was all, to me, it's all mumbo jumbo. I'm like, are they going to have sex? Or what's happening? Like, she's just sparting out shit about all kinds of MiGs and stuff. And I'm just like, are they going to do it in the bathroom now? Or?
Well, we started up on his 6 when he pulled through the clouds, and then I moved in above him.
Well, if you were directly above him, how could you see him?
Because I was inverted.
Because I was inverted. Did you see that T-shirt I posted?
No.
That's a pretty badass shirt. It just has the plane upside down, and the words are upside down, and it just says "because I was inverted."
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Negative Ghost Rider. The pattern is full.
So there you go. That's your now that would be Casey's.
You never heard that?
No, I do remember it now, but I just don't remember saying Negative Ghost Rider. I think Talk to Me Goose was always just one of the things.
I think Talk to Me Goose was more popular, but I definitely heard Negative Ghost Rider all the time.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I decked my ass. We nailed that son of a bitch.
Ha! You guys really are cowboys.
What's your problem, Kazansky?
You're everyone's problem. That's because every time you go up in the air, you're unsafe. I don't like you because you're dangerous.
That's right. Nice, man. I am dangerous.
See, again, as I was watching and remembering from watching it when I was, I guess I probably haven't seen this since 92 or 93, maybe even before that. So, since I haven't seen it in how many, let me do the math here. Hold on. So let's say it's 92, or if I add 10 years to that, it's 2002 and then 12, so 24 years. Let's call it 25 years.
Okay.
Haven't seen it. I just remember Iceman as being the freaking bad guy. And here I'm agreeing with everything that he says. He's right.
He's totally right.
Yeah, the whole time. And it's
the hero of the story is Iceman.
Yeah, I agree. Iceman is Ironhorn. Ironhorn is Iceman.
I can see it's dangerous for you. But if the government trusts me, maybe you could.
You know what's funny is I may be wrong in my song assessment, actually. I've told you my story about Val Kilmer and about how he was on Jimmy Kimmel at the same time as me.
And if you missed it, it was on the Tombstone episode.
Okay, we can't be afraid to repeat stories. And so I was on Jimmy Kimmel with Bowling for Soup, and we were playing High School Never Ends, and the special guest was Val Kilmer. And I was excited to see this, and I was excited to take a photo with him, and he had his son Jack there, and they came and they took a photo. We gave him a copy of the CD.
Which is also why you named your son Jack.
No, that's not true. But so Val Kilmer was on before us, and Jimmy Kimmel was like, hey, Bowling for Soup's coming up. And he's like, yeah, I got a copy of their album. He goes, they have a song called Val Kilmer on it. Yes, I did know. It's a really good song. And all of us are like, oh, shit. Because the song is not in no way derogatory, except for the fact that we do say he sucked as Batman.
By the way, I went after the episode, I went and listened to the song. You can't even hear that part where you say he sucked as Batman.
Well, let's take a listen to it right now.
It was inaudible.
Why don't we take a listen to it right now?
Okay.
Girl, all apologies to Kevin Costner and that chick from Monster. Give me Adam Sandler, Will Ferrell, Belushi, and even Val Kilmer. He was funny in Real Genius. Top Secret was funny too, but he sucked as Batman. Now the big screen's calling.
So you can hear it. You can hear what we say in there.
And you've never seen Batman, so you don't really know if he sucked as
I haven't
Batman or not.
seen his particular Batman, no. And I did say...
I actually liked his Batman.
I feel guilty about saying that because I am such a big fan of Real Genius, Top Secret, now Top Gun. But I actually look back at it going, because in it he goes, what about Top Gun? And I go, no, Top Gun wasn't funny. There are actually some really funny parts in Top Gun.
Sure, yeah.
He's not really funny in Top Gun.
No, he's not funny at all.
No, but he looks good playing volleyball if I were, not married.
So who do you think has the hottest body?
Okay, so I'm going to tell you this. My theater arts teacher, Mr. Janes, rest in peace, who is the teacher that I talk about in all my songs, and shaped my adult life by just believing in me. And he came in after seeing the movie, and he was doing his description of Top Gun. He was like, yes, I took my wife to see it, and there we were, and there's the scene in the middle where they start to play volleyball, and I look over at my wife, and she just goes, oh. She goes, oh, those muscles. And he's just like, I don't know how to react to that. We've been married like 45 years.
Was she talking about Anthony Edwards?
I don't think so. I believe it was probably, I would think it was Tom Cruise because he was the guy at the time.
Well, he had this freaking shirt on. Why did Anthony, it couldn't be that bad.
I just think he's real skinny. And everybody else
but that would have been
cut.
fine.
Tom Cruise has a body double in much of that. Well, and the way you can tell is height. Because he is really, really short.
God, he's so short.
And
Kelly McGinnis was 3 inches taller than him.
Yeah, I believe that.
She's 5'10", he's 5'7".
And he's super weird about it, too.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of the long shot scenes of the volleyball game where you're like, there's no possible way.
So you didn't answer my question, who has the best body?
Val Kilmer. Probably the
other guy.
Yeah, the what's his face?
Yeah,
the stinky dude.
Slider.
Say Slider.
Yeah, that dude is like ripped.
You stink.
Is that? Oh, yeah.
You thought it was Milo?
No, I smelled Milo as you walked by.
Go, Milo, go. Go lay down now.
Tom Cruise has a weird body. First of all, this scene was added after the fact because Tom Cruise didn't have his shirt off in any scenes in the movie of merit. Actually, none.
No, there's shower scenes or like when they're in towels and stuff.
In the trivia, it says they went back and added this scene because he wanted a shirtless scene for his lady fans.
He needed some more sex appeal.
Right. He wanted this added in for that.
So basically, this is a shot of them, and here's, let me sum it up for you if you've not seen Top Gun yet. What happens is they play volleyball, and Tom Cruise has a Michael Jackson glove on, and he claps a lot, high fives with the catch it on the bottom high five a lot, and checks his watch constantly during this.
Well, because he's missing the date.
I get it. But here's the thing. If you're that late for a date or whatever and you're playing volleyball, you just go.
I
mean, I get it. I mean, look, we've both been at like band practice or something and you're like, all right, man, I should stay. I should go. We've heard Beth. Right. Beth, I hear you calling, but I can't come home right now. Me and the boys have been playing and we just can't find the sound. It's almost fucking side out, and it's my serve coming next. I'll be over there sometime, then we'll have some sex. Bump, bump, then we'll have some sex. Now, I took liberties on the lyrics of that. I tried to make it a cross between Peter Criss and Maverick talking at the same time.
Eric Carr.
How do you feel that rendition was? Like, be honest.
It was good.
Yeah?
I was going to jump in and try to harmonize, but I figured,
yeah, I've got strep throat.
I knew you wouldn't let me do a second take if I messed it up.
But
so
even if he's running up, no, that will never happen. But even as he's running up the porch, he's still like checking his watch like he doesn't know what time it is still.
Like,
shit. It's like, dude, when you're getting off that motorcycle, you fucking know. It's just like, and then, and I one more thing to say about that. I don't like when people don't go back down the steps and they just hop over shit for no reason. I don't like when people... Or when you're like at somebody else's house and instead of just going through the chain link fence, you just like jump over it instinctively, but there's no lock on there.
I didn't notice that.
No, he just jumps over the porch.
Don't jump over fences.
Yeah, don't jump over the porch.
You don't know what kind of weight ratio that fence can hold.
It's just dumb. It's just dumb. Stop it.
He comes over there and he thinks he's about to do it with her, and all she wants to talk about is the Meg.
Yeah, but he does open up with, and this is such a rich move. I feel like 100% this would be something
you mean
you
like
would do.
A very smooth move?
No.
Or do you mean like something I would do?
This is 100% something you would do. Is like show up after a volleyball game and be like,
"Can I use
hey,
the shower?
sorry I'm late. Mind if I grab a shower real quick?" And she's just like, "Yeah, mind. Let's eat. I'm hungry." So yeah, she does care about the Meg or whatever, but you could also tell that it's starting to happen because she has the line where she's like, this is going to get complicated. And then he's like, I'm going to go take a shower. And I keep thinking the water's going to start running. Instead, there's a motorcycle that starts running. And then they're in the hall and she's looking hot in that cap.
Really?
Do you not like her at all?
No, not at all.
Really?
No, as a matter of fact, in the bar, when she's sitting there with her no bra on.
Yeah.
That was... off.
I didn't even notice that.
Oh, you didn't?
Well, I wish I would have. I like that kind of look.
Oh, no. As a matter of fact...
I guess that's a no from you then?
As a matter of fact, Tony Scott, the director, got fired 3 times by the studio. 3 times he got fired.
What?
Because he made her look too whorish.
I think
I thinking back on that scene after I read that trivia fact, thinking back on that bar scene, I was like, yeah, I get it. She's not wearing a bra, and it looks terrible.
I just feel like he was trying to make her look younger because she does look older.
She does look older.
And I mean, and that's me judging from back then, not now.
I think she looks older because she's so fucking tall, though. Have you seen her picture recently?
No, I haven't, but is it a doozy?
She didn't know that. She looks like a grandma.
Oh,
I mean, nothing wrong with grandmas. Grandmas are great.
No,
I love my grandma.
There's a time and place for grandmas.
Not alive, unfortunately. But
just not...
But she is in Grandmaville.
I get it. But they have the talk in the elevator.
Yeah, that scene was actually added.
Yeah. But I actually like the talk in the elevator because, and again, there's no conflict in the movie ever because it's like, okay, we're gonna do this.
Need to shower again.
I guess you need to shower again. She's just like, well, we've just got to get this straight. I don't date civilians. Well, I'm glad we got that straight. Let's kiss.
You notice that she's wearing some stupid looking hat. Like it
you
didn't
like
even fit her head.
And well, but see, that's the way those hats are. The Air Force hats.
Okay,
I got a bunch of them.
Okay,
Rich.
fine.
I've been to a lot of Air Force bases.
Okay, fine. It just
Navy
looks
bases.
stupid on her. But the reason she was wearing it is because her hair was brown. Because she had already started another movie. They added that scene back in because test audiences said we need more love scenes with them, so
it's
they
not
added
explained.
Right. So they added the actual love scene where the do 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 do
right.
do. They added that scene where they do it in the butt.
So they shot a stereotypical 80s love scene with the blue lights.
Right. Well, they did it with the blue lights so you couldn't see her hair.
And the grossest,
because her hair was brown.
The grossest tongue thing.
Yeah.
In the history of film.
Yeah,
why was he doing that?
I just closed my eyes during all this.
No,
this is horrible.
he would go, stick my tongue in your mouth.
Because he's a Scientologist, they don't even understand.
Then stick my tongue in your mouth.
Women aren't allowed to talk back to them.
There was no rhyme or reason
his concubines weren't allowed to tell him, hey, you're not kissing right.
Oh my God. It's just, I hope she farted all over him.
They actually didn't like each other. She didn't like him, and Val Kilmer didn't like him either. He didn't even want to do the movie. He was actually bound by contract to do it.
Right. I can believe that though. I mean, I feel like they were definitely from 2 different schools, probably two different surroundings of people. They're both really fucking weird dudes.
Who's both?
Tom Cruise and Val Kilmer.
Oh, is Val weird?
Dude, he's fucking eccentric as shit now.
Eccentric is one thing, but...
No, he's weird.
Tom is weird.
They're both fucking weird.
All right.
Go, Maverick! Goose tells me you're in love with one of your instructors.
Is that right? I didn't tell her that.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
I can't believe you said that. That was a secret.
Jared, it's Meg Ryan.
Oh, I love when I just feel like as she's walking into the movie, it just already brightens it up.
It does.
She's just a little too tan.
Give me.
She's a little too tan.
Oh, too tan? I didn't notice the tan.
Yeah, but...
Well, her hair's a little too short. I'll give you that.
Okay, well, let's just not critique her all the way. It's like, we're going to rip her apart. Let's look up a new photo of her face where it looks like a fucking tent was stretched over a fucking frame that was about 7 sizes too big.
I brought Meg Ryan to your party.
You did? You did.
Right?
You brought the cute little Lauren girl from that's a teacher.
Yeah, teacher
Yeah,
Lauren.
she's something else, that girl.
She's awesome.
She is mi favorito of all of your shenanigans thus far.
Okay.
Maverick makes an aggressive vertical move here, comes over the top, and he defeats the bandit with a missile shot. The encounter was a victory, but I think that we've shown it as an example of what not to do. Next.
Gutsiest move I ever saw, man.
So this pisses him off.
And this is where he storms out and gets on his motorcycle and revs the engine so he can't hear her talk. And then he rides off angrily.
What? I can't hear you.
And then she gets into her little car and chases him. And he's running through the streets about to kill people. And she's running through the streets about to kill people. And people are almost dying. And then he pulls over and asks her what she's doing or whatever. And it's like, he just almost killed everybody too. Everybody almost just died.
By the way, Iceman stops at all the stoplights.
100%.
Drives the speed limit.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Stops and
checks the mirrors before he turns.
Cuts the engine of his motorcycle so he can hear the questions.
Right, exactly. Totally. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, you're talking. Let me turn this off for you.
Let me get rid of this.
Meanwhile, he's the asshole.
I don't want
Ice
either
is
of
the
us to get
asshole, apparently.
I don't want either of us to get
turn the engine off.
Love it.
Jesus Christ! And you think I'm reckless? When I fly, I'll have you know that my crew and my plane come first!
Well, I'm going to finish my sentence, Lieutenant. My review of your flight performance was right on.
Is that right?
That is right.
But I held something back. I see some real genius in your flying, Maverick, but I can't say that in there. I was afraid that everyone in that tax trailer would see right through me. And I just don't want anyone to know that I've fallen for you.
Come again?
Take my breath away.
He's all, what was that? Okay, so I got some things to say about this fucking scene.
I do have to tell you that whenever I start to mess around with my guitar and I start to make sure that all of the higher strings are in tune.
You play this tune?
It's like that's one of my favorites of all time.
I play Sanford and Sons theme.
Oh, nice. I like that. Good. All right. I can see that we're again we're at opposite ends of the spectrum, Rich.
So all right. So this scene, first of all, he forgot his line, and that's why he kissed her. There was an improv.
Oh, nice. So this is we're from trivia here.
Right.
Yeah.
The I've fallen for you.
Mm-hmm.
How did she fall for him at this point? They haven't even been on a proper date.
Well, I think, yeah. I mean, I think the cuteness of sort of the bar scene and him coming, you could tell there was flirtiness, and then you have they did have the dinner together, which we're not quite sure how long that was or whatever. And he leaves that, and there's some interactions here and there.
Yeah, but fallen for you?
Well, you know, it happens
because in
pretty
the
fast sometimes.
Very next scene, they do it.
Yeah.
And then
I don't know if you're on Facebook, but people fall for each other pretty fucking quick now. I have a Facebook friend.
In a relationship?
100. No, I swear to God, I have a Facebook friend that is like gloom and doom all the time, and then meets a girl. There's pictures of them by the second date, and by the third date, they're in a relationship on Facebook. And then you just wait a couple of weeks for that to go, and it's back to gloom and doom. And then we're right back in the cycle again. And that's not just one of them. There's a few of them. And if you're listening, I don't hold any ill will or whatever. I enjoy keeping up with your roller coaster of a situation.
I feel the need for speed.
Ow! Very famous line. Definitely another one of those ones.
Number 94, I think.
I get
Top
that.
lines in all movies.
I could see that. I mean, it's definitely not something I say.
Nope, me neither.
But but I think definitely
I've heard people say it, though.
It's an iconic line from this movie. It's you just play it and everybody knows exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Goose, check our tail. Shit, there's Chester.
Bingo, Maverick's dead. You're out of there, kid.
Defense Department regrets to inform you that your sons are dead because they were stupid. Great balls of fire.
So we haven't really talked about any of the training stuff.
No.
I fucking loved all that stuff.
It's funny. When you think of Army movies, Navy movies, and the like, you think of just these instructors that are really hard and yada, yada. Yet, these guys aren't. They're more
They're
in your head kind of stuff, you know? And like this guy's, he doesn't say anything. What is his name?
Viper.
Yeah. No. Viper's Tom Skerritt.
Oh.
Jester.
Jester, yeah.
But Jester, who is not funny, ironically. You know, just straight faced all the time, and just right there. You just keep expecting him to blow up. He's like, you know, would you want him on your side if you were in combat? He's like, I don't know. I just don't know. That's it. That's his big lines in the movie.
I would love to be able to warn you off about Maverick, but I just love him to death. You know, I've known Pete for a lot of years now. I'm telling you one thing's for certain. There are hearts breaking wide open all over the world tonight.
Why?
Because unless you are a fool, a boy is off the market. He is 100% prime time in love with you. Hey, Goose, you big stud!
That's me, honey.
Take me to bed or lose me forever.
Show me the way home, honey.
How likable and lovable did they make Goose?
Yeah, Goose is awesome.
But you loved him so much because he loved Maverick so much.
You want a best friend like Goose,
You
right?
want a best friend like Goose. Exactly.
Yeah. Someone that you can kill and he won't hold it against you.
Well, you know, but I mean, somebody that comes through in the night and is just like, dude, I'm behind you no matter what, but man, I got a family to support and you're really like flying by the tower is kind of stupid.
Right.
And, you know, he should have said, eventually we're going to not want to leave Hollywood because I don't want to fucking die.
Right.
But you're going to leave Hollywood and fucking kill me.
Right.
You son of a bitch.
Right.
Meg Ryan's lovable as well. This movie fucking made her, right? I mean, this.
Take Me to Bed or Lose Me Forever. That's huge. That line was huge.
You know, I didn't realize that it was repeated later. I don't remember it happening on the motorcycle scene later between Kelly McGillis and Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Take Me to Bed. They almost don't make it off the motorcycle, though. I mean, he has a huge raging boner right there. You can see it. She has a bra in that scene.
So they're riding like Kim and Kanye? Is that? Because I don't know how it works otherwise, right?
We're in a jet wash. Oh, shit. Not good. Shit, we got a flame out, Mav. Engine 1 is out. Engine 2 is out. Goose, I'm losing control. I can't control it. It won't recover.
Mayday. Mav's in trouble. He's in a flat spin. He's heading out to sea.
Head forward, Goose. I can't reach the ejection handle. You're gonna have to punch it down. I can't reach the ejection handle. Eject. I'm trying. Eject. Watch the canopy.
Very intense and very, I mean, you just sets you up for this whole...
The whole training, dogfight was pretty badass with him, like, riding on ices. I feel that was a little reckless to be so fucking close.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They didn't act like it was, though. I mean, those fuckers get close to each other.
I know, but that was really close.
You know, it's crazy.
I feel like it really was his fault.
One of the things that you don't really think about, and I remember thinking this when I was a kid, when they're flying in there, you don't really think about the fact that they're like looking around trying to find stuff. For some reason, I just think everything's on a screen right there in front of you, and I'm sure it is more like that today, but... they're visually
not really
having to fucking look at shit.
I watched the 60 Minutes, and that new plane that everyone's all up in arms over, the new one that they're building that they haven't released yet, has VR in the helmet, so that you can now, for the first time ever, you can look anywhere, like down at your crotch. Behind you where there's a canopy that you can't see through,
right,
and there's cameras all over the plane so that when you turn, you're seeing video of whatever you're looking. So if you're looking straight down at your feet, you're seeing under the plane.
It's like a whole different kind of training, though, because you're literally just making everything.
Yeah, because you just look like you're floating in the middle of
right. Yeah, when we went to Korea with the Air Force, and so one of the things I've learned, and I don't know really why I didn't put it together with this movie, was that, that obviously the Air Force has planes, but the Navy also has planes. The Navy fly their own planes. But when I went to Korea with the Air Force, we actually all got to climb up an F-15 and get in. And one of the things that you learn quickly is
these planes.
Yeah,
these
are F-14s.
14 Tomcat.
So 50. I can't tell you what the difference is, but we did get into.
Is it because it's classified?
We may have gotten into. Actually, I believe we said an F-16s. If I'm not again, don't fucking fact check me ever. But the thing you have to learn really quickly is there ain't a lot of room in there, man. Like you have to be really small. It's like race car driving shit.
Right.
Like I don't know that. Pilots, I would be interested to know if you can be a certain height and you're out. You've got to be a smaller person probably to be able to get in there. But really interesting to climb up and look over and be in there. And I'll post some pictures of Bowling for Soup in Korea on the plane and posing with it or whatever. That was a really cool experience.
Yeah. That's why
cool.
Suge Knight turned to gang violence because he couldn't fit in the.
Because he
was going to do that first.
Dude, he couldn't even fit in his SUV anymore.
There was no way Lieutenant Mitchell could either see or avoid the jet wash which produced the engine stall. Therefore, the Board of Inquiry finds that Lieutenant Pete Mitchell was not at fault in the accident of 29 July. Lieutenant Mitchell's record will be clear to this incident. Lieutenant Mitchell is restored to flight status without further delay.
Yeah, I don't remember why I thought his death was his fault, because that's the way every other movie would have went.
Right.
But as I was watching it today and remembering that there's no conflict in this entire movie, it could have never been his fault.
This happens super fast. Like, I would think this would take weeks, if not months.
I thought the same thing.
This took hours, maybe?
Well, I mean, I think the thing is he didn't get to fly his last day, so there's no way he could have won the...
Right. So it took a day.
A day, but
for all of these,
in reality, this would have took weeks and weeks and weeks, and maybe they would have still let him graduate. But for the movie's sake,
retroactively,
it had to happen really quick. But with a $30 million plane, they're going to investigate for a while.
Yeah,
what's on your mind?
My options, sir.
Simple. First, you've acquired enough points to show up tomorrow and graduate with your Top Gun class, or you can quit.
What is with all the quitting? That's the thing. Like, I thought if you're in the military, you're just in the military. And then the freaking first thing that happens on the boat is the guy, he throws his wings on the table and he's just out. So how do you quit?
You can't quit.
No.
But you can stop flying. So he can go.
You can quit
swab
a certain
the deck.
school.
He can go swab the deck on the aircraft carrier if you want.
So you turn in your wings, so to speak, but you have to take kind of whatever job you get. At that point.
Exactly.
Which
you have
you're
to be
a lieutenant
reassigned.
and probably have some honors or whatever. But there's a lot of quitting. People the fucking quitters.
Someone said this to me sitting at lunch one day, looking at a napkin dispenser, and his name was Stephen Lewis.
Right.
He said, there's an expert on every single thing there is. So that one guy who makes napkin dispensers goes to every freaking restaurant and goes, "Oh, that's the R14."
Yeah.
That's the P94,000. He's like, he knows everything about
goes back
napkin
to planes, trains, and automobiles with the curtain.
Exactly.
Whatever.
So when you listen to music, you know all that kind of stuff, and I do computers, and when I see stuff about computers in movies, probably doesn't even faze you. I see something and it bothers the shit out of me. Fighter pilots, or pilots in general, look at all this stuff, or just people in the Navy and go, "Oh my fucking God, are you kidding me?"
I think a more common one of those of what you're trying to say is because there's all these shows that are built around doctors or cops or firemen.
Right.
And obviously there's a lot of cops, doctors, and firemen out there.
And they probably all cringe.
They
at all
have
that
to
stuff.
all cringe. Be like, none of this is real. You know?
However, Tony Scott said this was or was it Jerry Bruckheimer? One of the two. Said that this movie was specifically for recruiting fire. This was 80s. This was Cold War stuff.
Yeah.
So this was specifically for recruiting people into the Navy.
Thus why the Navy was so cooperative.
Right.
Because they had whole teams at the end. You look at the credits and the film footage and all of that was insane.
They did have to pay like $10,000 an hour for every flight.
I get it.
But they got to use the aircraft carrier and all the other stuff. Yeah. So it was a recruitment movie basically.
Right.
And they got 500% higher recruitment after.
Have you ever been on an aircraft carrier?
I have not, but you have.
I've been on two.
What?
Yeah, I played on the John C. Stennis in port in San Diego.
Like played Monopoly? What do you mean?
Rich, don't do the thing where you're like, that's a song. Or like, I mean, like, if the people don't know what my job is, they'll fucking figure it out.
Oh, okay.
But Bowling for Soup did a show on the John C. Stennis in port in San Diego, but we actually flew into the Indian Ocean and did a performance
where
this was filmed.
Right.
So I looked to see, this was actually on the USS Enterprise.
Did you recognize a wave?
No, I did see a dolphin, I knew. But we played on the USS Abraham Lincoln out there. And part of what's really kick-ass about it is the way that the landing and the taking off work, because you land and they catch you.
Right.
And so
was it a net or was it the rope thing?
It's the rope thing. And it's crazy when that happens, and it's bumpy and it's something else. And then we actually slept on the aircraft carrier that night, and they're flying missions all night. So you hear that slingshot just, it's the loudest thing ever. But when we took off after our show, we got shot out of that thing, and it's 0 to 68 in like 4 seconds or something less.
In a big plane. You weren't flying in a small plane.
In a passenger carrier plane, like it holds like 15, 16 people plus cargo. And so when you leave, the passengers are facing backwards. So normally, when you're going really, really fast and you feel that you're going forward, so it's pushing you against the seat.
Right.
Imagine it backwards, where it's pushing you the opposite way.
Fuck that.
And it's just literally, you can feel your face like going out from your skull. It's the craziest shit you could have ever expected. I mean, and I'm so lucky because not a lot of people get to experience this, but part of what I really enjoyed about this is a lot of the footage that I was seeing of the sailors that are on the boat and the officers that are in the, I don't know what it's called, the cockpit, so to speak, where they're driving the goddamn fucking boat. The way they're dressed, it's all spot on. Those turtleneck sweaters, they all wear that, and just it was just a really, really cool thing to go back and watch and relive, just both through me seeing this movie and from the experiences that I've gotten to have with the men and women of the naval forces. And very, very cool. And I'll post pictures of Bowling for Soup on both ships and some other stuff on the Facebook page. We'll do a couple of posts with an album and let you guys check that out if you're interested.
Awesome.
Some of you have to depart immediately. We have a crisis situation.
Ice, Slider. Yo. Hollywood, Wolfman.
Yes, sir.
Maverick.
Sir. Maverick, you'll get your Rio when you get to the ship. And if you don't, give me a call. I'll fly with you.
I cried twice during the movie.
No way.
I did.
Oh,
I'm a sensitive dude, and I'm
very sensitive.
And so I cried right here. I'll be your wingman. I'd love to fly with you, whatever. But then before this, where she said, when he walks in to give Meg Ryan the box of his stuff, and the first thing she just says is, he loved flying with you. You see, I just gave myself chills because it was so touching, because she could have just as easily lashed out at him and blamed him, and
exactly,
and the military or whatever, but she didn't. She knew the risk, and she knew what was going on up there, and then she knew that he would have done anything to keep him alive.
Did you know that the pilots at Top Gun were literally the only pilots in the Navy? So that when they had something that occurred, they had to go shuffle them off in 24 hours, get them to the fucking... Why? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Oh my God.
Why are there 40 other pilots that could have done what they had to be shuttled off to do?
Right. So they were just a specialized, because they're flying missions from aircraft carriers or whatever. I mean, the Air Force is protecting us here.
Where they went, that aircraft carrier had to have tons of other pilots already on there. They're not floating around with no pilots.
I see what you're saying.
Why did they have to, oh my God, there's something that happened. Hurry up, get to the ship, because there's no pilots on there. It's just an aircraft carrier with no pilots.
I see what you're saying right now, yeah. Which explains why their names were already on the planes.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense at all.
We shipped your planes in from here.
Wood, you got them?
Not yet. I can't see them. They must be close. I'm getting a hard on.
Ice, we got a problem here. Now I'm breaking out 4 aircraft on the radar. Not 1 pair, 2 pair. Repeat, 4 bogeys. Wood, we've got 4 bogeys.
Wrong! Make that 5!
There's 5, sir.
That's 5?
Yes, sir.
Right left! I'm hit! We're coming apart! I can't control it! 090 for 20, we're going down!
Wood's been hit! What's been hit? We've lost Hollywood. Repeat, we've lost Hollywood. We've lost our wingman.
Launch Maverick on alert 5.
They must be getting close. I'm getting hard on.
I love that.
That is genius. Never noticed that line before, but I want to start saying it all the time. Just like, oh man, how far do we got till we land? Must be getting close. I got a hard on.
It was genius.
Oh, such a great line.
But this whole thing, and this was kind of what I wanted to do for the Star Wars, was kind of take all of the awesome little chatter, but I didn't have a chance to do it. But
yeah.
But I just love this whole scene is fucking badass. I mean, this is what makes the movie. All this kind of stuff is like what makes the movie.
Definitely.
It's just intense. And they did a good job. And like you said, it looks real because it is real. But still, they could have fucked it up. But they didn't. It was awesome.
Yeah, totally agree. I mean, I think that, again, the way that it was shot, I think they got to reuse a lot of stuff. Like, you didn't have to get a lot of the dialogue because they had masks on. So everybody's acting with their eyes. So everybody gets in there.
Speaking of acting with their eyes, fucking Tom Cruise
Yeah.
does the whole, oh, I'm just waking up. Let me get the sleep out of my eyes.
That a lot.
Oh, my fucking God. That's like every time they show him, he's doing the, oh, I can't see. Let me open my eyes.
That's a big move. Yeah. That's when he's thinking about stuff.
Yeah.
Maverick's airborne. Iceman, what's your position? 090 at 180 miles. Yeah, we're coming in left. We got 4 on our tail. That makes 6 of them. Voodoo 1, we are totally defensive. Launch the alert fighter.
Maverick supersonic. I'll be there in 30 seconds.
Move your ass. Get up here. I'm engaged with 5. Repeat 5. I'm in deep shit. Shit, that was close. Maverick, how about some help down here? Where the hell are you, goddamn?
Come on, kid, hang in there.
Maverick, how about some help? Engage, goddammit. Shit, we just flew right through his jet wash. Get control. Good recovery, Mav. Come on, let's get back and engage, Maverick. Come on.
It's no good.
Get in there, Maverick.
It's no good.
God damn it! Maverick's disengaging. I knew it. Shit.
God damn it, Maverick.
Get in there, Maverick. You can't leave him. Come on. Maverick, what the hell are you doing? Maverick, get in there, for Christ's sake. Ice is in trouble. He's got no cover. Get in there, Maverick. You won't last down there alone. Get in the fight, for Christ's sake. Maverick. Maverick.
Maverick's re-engaging, sir.
He did it!
And in true form, the most believable person in all of that dialogue, Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
He's in distress. It's real.
Yeah.
That was real.
No, he was great.
But everything Tom Cruise says in that is just like, I think we need to hold him back. I'm going to shoot. I'm going to do this. We're all doing this.
No, it's no
Goose,
good.
are you there?
It's no
What's
good. I'm just
happening?
going to fly off into the clouds.
It's no good. Talk to me, Goose. Talk to me, Goose. Talk to me.
Let me hold your dog tags.
Yeah, like these were easy to get to in this suit.
Like, because I only need one hand to fly this motherfucker.
Right,
I'm just holding
exactly.
your dog head. Dog tags in the other hand.
I've done so well at controlling this little lever already. Jeez Louise.
Let me kill my other co-pilot.
Talk to me, Goose. Oh, the worst.
You are still dangerous.
You can be my wingman anytime. Bullshit. You can be mine.
What an asshole. Right?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like
no,
that's
you can be mine. Oh, shit. I just gave you a fucking compliment.
Yeah.
And then you're just going to throw it in my fucking face?
You know what?
a
I feel
dickhead.
like maybe that's just something they joke about in and amongst one another all the time. Like,
right.
You know, like right now, like you could be like, hey, Jaret, on the next podcast, you could be my sidekick. And I'll be like,
yeah,
bullshit.
That'll go over well.
You could be mine.
No, that... If we went the other way, it would be fun.
Oh, I don't remember how I set that up. I got strep throat.
Like, if you said right now, hey, Rich, on the next podcast, you could be mine.
Hey, Rich, on the next podcast, you could be my sidekick.
No, you could be mine. That's kind of a dick move, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should be thankful.
Right, because he won the Top Gun.
Yeah.
Right? You're the rock star.
Top Gun.
I'm not the rock star.
No,
Tom
you're
Cruise
a rock star in your own
mind.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah. By the way, I was trying to sing a track today. Oh my God, it was horrible. I was like singing it, and then I listened back, and I'm like, "What the fuck? That's not."
Can you?
It was horrible. I haven't sung it in a long time.
So? Do you not hear it?
No, I heard it.
Well, no, but you
I was just
do you
hoping
not
it was
hear
better.
it as it's coming out. I'm sort of like that. So what happens with me is if I'm doing it myself, I'm way more on point and way faster. If someone else is recording me, even Linus, I have a tendency to get off a little bit, and then I get in my own head, and I'm like, I got to figure out where I'm at, and it's just not as easy because I can't just press spacebar, hear one little note, and yada yada.
Right,
It's like,
yeah.
I just need to do this myself.
You feel out of control. Yeah.
They gave you your choice of duty, son. Anything, anywhere. Do you believe that shit? Where do you think you want to go?
I thought of being an instructor, sir.
Top Gun?
Yes, sir.
God help us.
Here's the thing. He just got out of Top Gun. He does one mission. Not even a mission.
And he almost fucked it up.
And he flies in, rescues somebody else, and now they've just said, all right, we've spent all that money on his education. Send him wherever he wants. What the fuck is that all about?
No. We have instructors. We need you to go fight.
Yeah, well,
the
here's what we
commies.
did. We just fucking trained you. We just burned how many millions of dollars of the taxpayers' money on fuel?
And you're gonna fucking just balk and go back to the States.
That's not what's gonna happen.
And chill.
You're gonna be like the rest of these Navy pilots, and guess what? You're not gonna see the States for a while.
We're gonna station you in the Antarctic and fly over Russia.
Do you like? Hey, let me ask you this, Maverick. You like the Indian Ocean, or How do you feel about?
Do you like curry?
How do you feel about staying here on the Indian? Oh, those motherfuckers don't go anywhere, man. They don't. Some of them don't, especially the engineers down low. They don't see daylight for 6 weeks.
That's horrible.
6 weeks.
That's horrible.
They just all stay down there. They eat by themselves. Everything just right down there. So they have to do like morale things where they'll just they can move all the planes around and stuff. So they can take. Some days they'll take the helicopters and put them all up, and the fighter planes are down in the belly.
Right.
And then some days they can put them all out. It just depends on what's going on, but they can clear the deck and they'll make like a track.
Is this a decoration choice?
No, it's just they move them around as far as maneuvers are going and what's going on. But they'll literally make a track, and they have like, all right, today we're going to have Sailor Fun Run Day. And they encourage you to go out and see the sun. And most of the sailors are just like tired and they just want to be home. And, there's a Starbucks on board. That's it.
Do they have a Starbucks?
Yeah, but it basically looks like you just walk
It's just a coffee pot with the Starbucks logo?
Yeah, like a girl there or a dude there that just pours it into the cup for you. That's it.
I heard the best of the best were going to be back here, so...
Baby, I'd get down on
This could be complicated. On the first one, I crashed and burned.
And the second?
Like you used to do, We had a love you don't find every day.
Good so far.
You know what I love about these soundtracks, though, of this time in movies is they do the thing where there's just like one song or two songs.
And they just play it over.
That's it.
Over.
That's it. And good for them. I mean, just the amount. So the way that
Danger
works
Zone,
in the States.
Danger Zone was played 3 times.
So that the way that works in the States is you do a license for their usage, and you get paid based on that license, and that's it. So then you get another thing. So there was a renegotiation for these movies once DVDs came out and all that. Internationally, that's not how it works. It works exactly like the radio. So you get paid based on how long it's in each movie and what it is that you do in it and yada yada. So this movie was so big globally that the amount of residuals and royalties that these bands would have made would be just astronomical. It would have been crazy. So that's the thing is like when you get a license and a movie licenses a song and say it's let's say it's a good one. Let's say it's $20,000. So the label takes $10,000. Then the publishing and the writer share both split 10, which is 5 each. So that's that. Then when that goes out internationally, that license is not in effect the same way. So your stuff is collected based upon your ASCAP or your songwritership and that such. So
Have I told you that I have songs that I've written that are in a movie? I have 3 songs that are in a movie.
I do not believe that you've told me that. Now, is it an actual movie or is it like an independent?
No, it's a real movie.
Okay.
Did you ever watch those movies that had like Eric Estrada and like the little nephew of John Baker from Chips? Remember Chips?
I remember Chips, yeah.
Okay, Eric Estrada.
Yeah.
You know Eric Estrada. And you know Chips, the younger blonde-headed kid.
Okay.
After John Baker left, I think, and he replaced him. Those 2 guys, Eric Estrada and him, were in these Skinamax movies.
Okay.
Where there was a lot of guns and a lot of boobs.
Right.
And a lot of sex where
Right.
there was just boobs bouncing, but you didn't see penis and stuff.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? Those
Totally.
kind of movies. They were like a genre of movies. The same actors would be in them, and it would be a different one. But it was always some kind of killing, and then sex, and then guns, and then sex, and then murders and sex. Not murders, but like like assassins and sex. You know what I'm talking about?
Totally.
Okay. Well, one of those movies, I had 3 songs in one of those movies.
Okay. And
it was at a pool party with Martin Sheen's brother. I can't remember his Estevez, something Estevez. I can't remember the name, his brother's name. The uncle of Charlie Sheen and Amelia. He was in it. He was at a pool, and he had a bunch of topless chicks there, and we were on the radio. My songs were on the radio as they were doing their dialogue. And I get royalties for that, but I've never collected them.
What do you mean you never collected them?
I've never collected them.
So the only thing is that a retro collect can only go back, I believe, 8 years. So you probably have missed the boat on it. But, I'm sure it probably didn't. It wasn't a lot, but
it was about $200 or $300 a year.
That's the thing, though, is
because my drummer's getting it, even though she didn't write the songs.
All right,
she put because in April, April,
yeah.
So she talked me into putting that we all wrote them, even though I wrote all the songs.
Right.
And so
that's what drummers do.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, that is the drummer MO.
So, but she was all on top of all the ASCAP stuff. And so she gets a check every year for like $200 or $300.
Right.
And
see, the thing is that's why mailbox money is so important, though. You do that kind of thing over the course of 20, 30 years, and then there's your, that's income for when things slow down. But, obviously your drummer figured it out.
Yeah. But, her parents paid for the studio to record it, which was like $3,000.
Don't try to sell it to me.
Whatever.
That's not how songwriting works, and I don't give a fuck
know.
about any of that.
I know.
That should have been pre-negotiated.
I don't care. I mean,
I have no ill will towards April. I know she's lovely.
She's great.
But
I know I'm not mad at her.
Again, that's just what I can't stand when people want to take something as if it's something that they helped create when they didn't.
I didn't know any better, and she didn't. It wasn't like she was trying to steal it.
But
she didn't
some
know any
bands are
better
like
either.
that. I mean, Green Day's like that. They split everything, 25% each, and then 25% of it.
Even though Billy Joe writes everything,
to drugs. Yeah. I was just joking about the drugs.
I don't think they're listening.
I don't think so either. I think we're good. Let's talk a little bit more about the soundtrack.
The soundtrack is amazing. I'd say what you want, but Kenny Loggins is a fucking badass for soundtrack.
Let's talk about Kenny Loggins for a second, because the thing is that did you ever get into that web series called Yacht Rock?
Oh, Yacht Rock?
Yeah.
No, I've never heard of that.
Are you being facetious?
No, I've never heard of that.
You've never heard of Yacht Rock?
I don't even know what that is.
Why did you say it that way?
Because it sounded like it was some ubiquitous
what the
thing.
fuck is wrong with you? No, there's this whole thing that came out with this thing called Yacht Rock. It was this whole big web series based upon like Loggins and Messina and, oh gosh, who else? Hall & Oates and the Doobie Brothers and, all these, and their interactions, and all these guys played by
what does
these
Yacht have to do with
horrible,
any of
well, Yacht Rock was sort of like that whole...
rich people rock?
Sailing, take me away. Like Christopher Cross or whatever. And he's in there, and it was just a thing called Yacht Rock. Okay. Anyway, so the thing is I didn't really know that I knew who Kenny Loggins was until Footloose. I didn't.
Right. I didn't either.
And so I
no one
feel
did.
Not no one. I mean, he was huge. He had been huge forever.
Really?
Loggins and Messina is crazy, and he had hits.
Wait, there was a band called Loggins and Messina?
Yeah, is it Loggins? Let me make sure.
Yeah, Loggins and Messina. Originally part of the duo, Loggins and Messina. He became a solo artist and has written other songs for other artists.
Yeah, so they did like Danny's song that a lot of other people did, and Watching the River Run, and
never heard of it.
Me either. I feel like I was.
So they were huge.
Basically, I think they did Danny's song. That was it. Okay, that's the end of Loggins and Messina, and then he did Footloose. When you saw Footloose, did you immediately come home and try to learn to dance?
I could already dance.
Oh yeah, you could fucking dance. Actually, have you always been able to dance?
First of all, nothing you've seen has been evidence that I can dance.
Yeah, but have you always been able to dance? And you're not like even.
I
like
used to like break dance and stuff.
You're not, but that is a totally different thing. But you're not even like a white guy dancer. Like you look like you know what you're doing.
Yeah, I have a booty and I have curly hair.
You don't even do the whole like underbite thing or any of that shit.
No.
Yeah, you're a good dancer. But anyway, Kenny Loggins, first time I had heard of him was Footloose, and he's killing it all the time.
He owns soundtracks. Like, if you say soundtrack god, everyone would say, whoa, Kenny Loggins, right?
No, Bryan Adams. Would you say Bryan Adams versus Kenny Loggins?
Bryan Adams.
Bryan Adams had all of the big ones.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
No, Bryan Adams is not known for soundtracks. Kenny Loggins is known for
later in his
soundtracks.
career, 100%. Sure.
He did Robin Hood and what else?
And several other movies that I can't think of right now.
Exactly.
I don't know, but it was cool to hear Cheap Trick on this.
Okay.
I thought that was really kick-ass, actually.
I didn't hear Cheap Trick.
To hear Cheap Trick, and in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year, so good for them.
Wait, they made it into the Hall of Fame?
They made it this year,
finally. You know how I know they're in the Hall of Fame?
How?
It's because Green Day's in the Hall of Fame, and you can't have Green Day in the Hall of Fame if Cheap Trick didn't already make it in the Hall of Fame.
That's right. Yeah, that was an argument from way back in the day with somebody else. I didn't say that.
No.
Why are you acting like I said that? Nobody wanted Green Day.
Green Day got in first.
They did.
And
everybody was pissed
because Cheap Trick wasn't in.
So they
Green
put
Day.
Cheap Trick in.
Right, the very next year.
That's exactly what happened.
Hey, Casey. Hi. Are you going to join us finally? Everyone, Casey's here finally for the last 3 seconds of the podcast. Oh, yeah, that's true.
But obviously, the huge radio hit besides Danger Zone was the Take My Breath Away.
Yeah, definitely Berlin.
Berlin.
Mm-hmm.
And
Loverboy is in this fucking soundtrack,
Isn't
too?
that cool, though? Heaven in Your Eyes?
I didn't even hear that
That's a good one.
song in the thing. And then the Top Gun anthem is that. That's the Harold Faltermeyer.
Yeah, and then they have what's the sex song?
That's Take My Breath Away.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
So they're in this a lot.
Yeah.
Down.
Also, fucking Judas Priest is in this.
What?
It doesn't say it in here, though. Where's Judas Priest?
Well, so here's the thing about the soundtracks. They have 3 editions. So in 1999, they added bonus tracks that had like the classic rock stuff on there. So they put Great Balls of Fire, You've Lost That Lovin' Feeling, those songs, which I actually think should have been on the original, but maybe it was a clearance situation. Then in 2006, they come back again. They put the Final Countdown. But when was that even in the fucking movie?
They did the
and Can't Fight This Feeling with
wasn't
REO
in the movie.
Speedwagon. And
it was none of these
Nothing's
were in
Gonna
the
Stop
movie.
Us Now.
None of these were in the movie.
Take these broken wings and learn to fly again. Love to feel so free.
It was not in the movie.
I don't know why I'm doing that like the guy that says, never gonna get you down.
You just got rickrolled. No, Judas Priest was approached to allow their song Reckless on the soundtrack from the album Turbo, but they thought the film would be a flop, so they did not do it.
I'm your turbo lover.
From that album, yeah. But that Reckless song sucks, so I don't know why they were so worried about it.
That was a great record, though. Such a
Fucking
good record.
love that
With
record.
a new record. I
wore that shit out.
That's when Scott, the new drummer, joined the band, and they had the... Oh, no, he joined on Painkiller, I believe. He is the painkiller. Is the painkiller.
You should have replaced Rob Halford.
I have strep throat.
Oh, okay. I'll go easy on you then. Yeah, I mean, amazing soundtrack. Sure, Take My Breath Away sucks balls now. Sure, Danger Zone sucks balls now.
I don't think anybody thinks that. I think everybody. It just takes you back to the time when
it's a time machine, absolutely. But you're not going to go out of your way to listen to it now. Come on.
Well, let's talk about some trivia.
Okay, first of all, there's no Top Gun trophy in real life. That doesn't exist.
Okay.
It's just a pass-fail. You either pass or you fail. That's it.
Well, and doesn't that make the most sense? Because when they start the thing, it's like there's no second place.
Well, the whole point of the thing is teamwork.
Right.
Like working as a team, not trying to beat each other.
That makes total sense.
You're on a team. You're trying to beat the other guys.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what? But I mean, we're sort of like that. You always do want to try to outperform people that you're on a team with. But at the end of the day, you know this from soccer. Like you have the one-on-one, but you have a wing coming up the side. You can try to make that play. 95% of the time, you're going to stumble or he's going to steal the ball, but you make that pass and the team gets a goal.
And guess who got the goal usually? Me.
Okay, because you were on the wing?
I was the wing. I played the left wing, and here's why. I'm right-footed.
Are you left-footed? Oh, interesting.
I'm right-footed.
Okay.
So when I was in 9th grade, for an entire season, I pulled my right thigh.
You just, for the whole season, you just kept pulling on it?
No, it pulled. The muscle pulled, and I could not use it to kick.
Right.
So I could only kick with my left foot. I could dribble and stuff with my right. I could run just fine, but I just couldn't take a shot.
Okay.
With my right. So by the end of the season, literally both legs were exactly the same. Mm-hmm. I could shoot with accuracy with both legs, no problem. So what made me so, and I was captain of my soccer team and all that jazz in high school. So what made me so deadly, I would play on the left. I could dribble all the way down the left, and I could cross it all the way with my left, all the way into the center to the center.
Right.
Or I could juke, stop it, turn around, and cross it with my right. I was super deadly because of the fact that I pulled my actual muscle.
So it's like Rocky 3.
Right.
Wait, which is the one where he does the switch? No, so that's Rocky 3. So he learns to be a southpaw.
Is that Clubber Lang?
Yeah, and then he goes, switch, and he switches, and then he just...
Right, exactly. That was me. That was me. Hey, speaking of Bryan Adams.
Yeah.
He was approached to use one of his songs called Only the Strong Survive on the film's soundtrack. Mm-hmm. But he refused because he felt that the film glorified war. Because he's fucking Canadian. No offense to Canadians.
He's Canadian but lives in London.
But he's fucking Canadian.
Yeah, so that's how Canadian he is. I can't say anything bad about him, though. The bitch song followed by Summer of '69 was a good 1-2 punch in the United Kingdom for us and did fairly well.
So Anthony Edwards' real name was, not Nicolas Cage, Nick Bradshaw.
Hold on, start again. Here's the thing you should do when we're doing these. Just take a second and read it first. Uh-huh. And that way you don't have to edit out all the ums.
Okay.
I'm just trying to make it easy.
Goose's real name was never mentioned in the movie. It's Nick Bradshaw.
Yeah, but it shows it on his dog tags.
It shows it a ton of times, like on the side of the plane and everything like that. But they never, ever referred to him as Nick Bradshaw.
Interesting, because I just noticed it on the dog tags today, and I'm just like, oh, his name is Nick. Actually, I thought it was like Nick Bradley something else, but Nick Bradshaw would make more sense.
Right. Sean Penn, Patrick Swayze, Nicolas Cage, and John Cusack were other actors that were in the race for the Tom Cruise role.
Interesting. Let's talk about that, because I do like this.
Sean Penn? No. Patrick Swayze?
Maybe. Actually, yeah. I could actually see that.
Like his pre-gay stage?
Well, no, but just then. Think of him at the time. You know, this
Casey?
is like super mullet.
Thank you. Nick Cage. He was already in a film that was exactly like this called with the helicopters.
Oh, Valley Girl.
Right. And John Cusack.
That joke right there sounded like we fucking totally wrote it. You know, like that was the setup was just like, oh shit, that's dead on script. Okay, move on to John Cusack real quick. He fucking nailed the punchline.
Can you imagine John Cusack's Better Off Dead character as Tom Cruise's role?
The funny thing is I don't feel like anyone knew that John Cusack could actually act until he got to be an older adult.
Right.
I feel like we're switching back. Is it Cusack or Cusack? Because I didn't say Cusack.
I say Cusack, but you
just said Cusack 2 Cusacks ago.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm having trouble with coupon because since you called it to my attention, I'll fucking switch back and forth like coupon. And I'm at CVS the other day. And she goes, "Oh, you got coupons? Do you want them?" And I go, "Yes." Okay, I fucking coupon. Okay, and so then the other day I said coupon to you, and you go coupon, and I go coupon.
No, I say coupon.
Fuck, I know what you say, but points out whenever I say fucking coupon, fucking everybody, the goddamn light goes on, and then but I say it right. Coupon apparently is correct, and I didn't know that because I'm from Wichita Falls, and that's not apparently a coupon isn't a thing. Coupon.
So
anyway,
Cusack or
John Coupon.
Okay,
John Coupon.
Grey Poupon?
Grey Poupon. Grey Poupon.
What is that?
Have I mentioned that I haven't seen Top Gun, but I do love John Cusack?
I actually do think it's
Hi,
Cusack.
Casey.
Hey, baby.
Hey.
The real Top Gun school gives a $5 fine to anyone in the staff that quotes the movie Top Gun.
I see that, and that's a fun thing to have, and you have little signs around and shit, and just I feel the need. Oh shit, $5. Wonder where the money goes though. It's like, so in Bowling for Soup we used to have a thing where if you didn't have your koozie in your back pocket at a bar, before you ordered your beer,
or a koozie,
then you
koozie.
She's back, ladies and gentlemen. There's a $20 fine. If you were late to bus call, $20 fine. Other things to get you misload in, $20 fine. The thing is that the fine went to buy more beer, so nobody ever got really mad, except Edo.
Why Edo?
He's the same religion as Bernie Sanders.
Do you remember when I said they added the volleyball scene because Tom Cruise wanted to have more shirtless scenes?
Yep.
Didn't have any shirtless scenes and wanted shirtless scenes in the movie. You go, nuh-uh. The locker scenes, they were shirtless. Those were also added after the fact.
No shit.
Yeah, so all the shirtless scenes were added because Tom Cruise wanted to have shirtless scenes for his lady fans.
Interestingly enough about that is so much of there is some great dialogue and really important parts of character development that happen in that locker room. I mean, that's crazy to me to think that was added later. But
I think we all developed some character in the locker room.
But there he has a shirt on.
Oh, he does? Okay.
But yeah, I mean that's nuts. When he quits, for example, I think he doesn't have I think he has
He
a
just
shirt
has
on.
underwear, but he's not facing the
Maybe
camera.
Maybe that's it. He's got an underwear shirt on.
That's gross, by the way. Can you have the tidy whities pulled all the way up?
It's called an underwear shirt. Well, after a great birthday weekend and receiving strep throat for my birthday, it was nice to have a couple of days on the couch and then finalize that with watching Top Gun and having Rich bring over a couple of beers after not being able to have any of those. And it's been nice to sit here and do a podcast, and it's good to be back. I actually do feel like I'm going to feel a lot better tomorrow, and I'll finally be back on the road to recovery.
This was fun. I had a great
It's been awesome. Casey, we really did miss you, and you know what? Feel free to sit in on any movies that you don't watch just for, you can just be the comic relief. Hey guys, this has been Jaret Goes to the Movies, and you can visit us at jaretgoestothemovies.com. We're on Facebook, which is the best way to find us. It's at Facebook/Jaret Goes to the Movies. We're also on Twitter at Jaret Movies. You can find me at Jaret2113 on Twitter, Instagram, and on that Snapchat thing. I'm still trying to figure that out.
That's fucking bullshit.
I haven't figured out
Snapchat is
any.
the stupidest
I'm still
fucking
trying
thing.
to figure
It's
it out.
dumb.
Rich, where are you at on all that stuff?
I added you like 4 months
He said
ago,
it- he
and you
said
still
it's-
haven't added me back.
He said, it's dumb. I tried to add you and you didn't add me.
You're my
how to
only
add
friend.
people.
You're my only friend.
I don't know how to add people.
And-
Why didn't you
and
add
you're
me
not
on
even
there
my
and
friend
watch
yet.
me? Just
Why
get
didn't
on
you
there
add
and watch
me?
me do stuff.
I don't know your thing. How do I find you?
Guys,
How is
find
that
us
possible?
find us on
Y'all are
Patreon.
No, stop everything.
Guys, no, this is not good.
Yeah.
guys.
It's a Snapchat from Katie.
It's the end of the show, guys. Let's
we
get
all
to
want
after
to hear
show.
this.
Let's get to after show.
Okay, all right, fine.
Guys, find us on Patreon. It's at patreon.com. And you can search Jaret Goes to the Movies or Car Sick Fat Kid. We actually have a new podcast that we're really excited about in development featuring not even me, not even Rich.
yeah.
It's going to be a good one. And you can also...
Is that a done deal? We're doing this?
It's going to happen. We have a brand new podcast coming into our network, and I could not be more excited about it.
Sports related, right?
It's sports related.
You should tell them
and
it's not me either, so everyone's not
It
disappointed.
is not Casey. It's not Rich. It's not me. Thank you guys so much for listening. Top Gun has been a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to what's next, Rich.
The Notebook.
The Notebook. I'm really looking forward to the Notebook.
I am looking forward
I
to
said a girl
tearing
movie and
into
y'all
the
just
Notebook.
fucking went for it, huh?
I mentioned, so go and watch The Notebook and check out the Bowling for Soup song Real, where I mention the guy from The Notebook, not even knowing what I'm talking about.
Hey, Casey, do me a favor and put a camera on Jaret's face while he's watching The Notebook.
What Jaret doesn't know is he's already seen the Notebook. He was just hammered, and yeah, his face is exactly what you expected.
Yeah, I want you to put a camera on it so that I can post it on Facebook.
All right.
All right.
Thanks you guys for listening. We'll see you down the road.
Later.